live. Let's go, man.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy S.E.T back in the motherfucking building. Let's go, man. We back. We back.
Yes.
And we got one of our favorite topics on here tonight. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, y'all know what time it is. One of our favorite topics here on this channel.
Man.
Giving y'all the hidden truths of the world.
On God, though. Now, sorry for the slight little thing at the beginning. You know, I had to switch over the screen real quick. But we good, though. We good. You just see me in freeze frame. Congratulations. You got to look at my good-looking self for a good 30 seconds. Anyway, let's go. Now, let's go. So now let's hear. There's unlocking the dark truth. There's Islam versus the government. There is the truth revealed. Unveiling the attacks on black masculinity and family. So I think we should go straight down.
We got a list of them shit for
conversations with different people about how black men were taken out of the home and how that whole concept goes. So let's start with the attack on masculinity. What's your thoughts on that going on in today's? It exists. It's real. And you always destroy the security soldier base. The defense you remove when you want to go in and take control of a society. You remove the security. You remove those who are going to be able to stand up, defend, fight back, prevent you.
I always did say, bro, in our community, we do not got enough warrior-minded men. It's like I always say, but we got a bunch of bitch-ass niggas low-key talking. It don't make no sense why, like, these are the people that men listen to. These are the people that our women listen to. But these are, like, the weakest motherfuckers we know.
The weakest links be having the loudest and most influential voice a lot of the times. And it's sad to say.
Bro, crazy as shit. But yeah, though, like
blind leading the blind.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They're trying to take the warrior mind out the black man, and that's real though. I feel like that's truly real because we do not got enough warrior-minded people who everybody just go along with the government say. Everybody want to be Democrat because Joe Biden said if you ain't, you ain't black.
You don't vote for me, you ain't black.
And what do we do? Did we not vote that nigga in?
We'll see if that gets him back in 2024.
Yeah, hilariously enough.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Like,
hell no, man.
You from going in and taking control of the minds and the bodies of men, women, and children. That's how a military maneuver is done. So you always find the weak points. You find the soldier falling asleep. This goes back to biblical days. The ones who fell asleep on Jesus, the ones who fell asleep Prophet Muhammad, the ones who fell asleep. It's always the ones who don't have that discipline all the way down, who are not dedicated to the mission, who don't really see or even believe that evil exists. You got some people today who are like, oh my God, here you go talking that stuff. And it's like, you want to slap somebody because like you might want to wake the hell up to realize that this system is not dead. It is very much alive. If you don't wake the hell up to realize that, then guess what? It's going to perpetuate and it's going to get worse. Just because you ain't seeing all the evil in front of your face doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Right. So the removal of the man had to happen because in every single war, you must remove the soldier defense base. Are there women who can protect themselves? Sure, but they shouldn't have to. You're too valuable. We cannot carry a child. The nation doesn't come from the man. It comes from the woman. We carry the seed. No doubt. But where is it housed? The workshop of God is in the womb of the woman. So that means she is so much more valuable that she has to be protected. That womb got to be protected because the future of our existence is in her. Now, if that don't make you say, you know what, hold up. I need to take this a little more serious. She may be a little difficult to deal with every now and then. I get it, but this is the future of our existence as a people, bro. You will never convince a Chinese man to attack his own women and generalize their own women. They will look at you like you're crazy because they know what it feels like to have a military move conducted on them and aware of it and refuse to let it happen again. The Jews say never again. Why are we not saying never again? We're participating in our own destruction. So again, they had to.
Man. Now, before I go in on that, Key, man, what would you think about that?
Man, it was really nothing but facts spoken on all levels. I like his last point about the really having that community mindset as far as being able to say no, as far as the criticism and what you can say about them.
Yeah,
they said no. They said no, and they've stood on that for a long time now. And anybody who's crossed that line is low-key had to pay for it.
Low-key.
So I definitely think that we as a people should adapt or adopt a mindset like that, in which, I mean, we offended by a certain word, right?
Bro,
there's certain things we don't want said about us. There's certain racial terms we don't want associated with us.
Bro, here's the craziest
thing. I feel like we should stand on the same type of business they on.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, bro, we have too many like flip-floppers who want to be on their side, but then don't want to be on our side, but they want to be on our side when it benefits them.
Bruh.
It's like, bro, the problem is, you're right, we don't got the warrior mind in this community.
Bruh.
And we ain't even in sync enough to low-key organize some shit, sadly. Or organize something that's really going to help us.
Nope.
And it's like that on purpose, and they don't even see it. We don't even see the moves being played against us. We don't even see that the same moves been played against us for 50 years straight, and they ain't switch up the cookbook not one time.
Damn near 100 years at this point. So.
Oh, God. Bro, imagine getting fooled by the same play. Imagine you coach football, and the coach came up with the same fucking playbook every 100 ran.
That bitch all
game. The same play all game. Each and every one down the line. And you still couldn't beat it? You still couldn't think of a maneuver to somehow get this shit on track?
Damn, son.
It's like, bro, yeah, there gotta be something like drastically wrong with your team. If you're telling me that niggas can use the same play on you over and over again for 100 games straight and
y'all
beat you.
Y'all still over here guessing like, God damn, what they finna call?
Bro,
they just keep, ain't no way, they keep getting it off on us, bro.
And then
I wonder what's next.
And then you're gonna say that they're, cheating? Or, it's because they're privileged? Oh, the team got privilege. Really? Oh, boy.
Oh, man, that reminds me of Little League when you were facing like a team with like a good-ass player, and the parents would start asking for that kid's birth certificate.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
To remove the man from the home, remove the man from the culture, remove the man from God. Because if you fear God, you're not going to bow down to no system like this. There is no such thing as a system that can break me because I have a relationship with God. Every one of us that we get that connection to God, whatever you want to call it, him, her, the universe, whatever makes you comfortable, cool. But get that so that your fear can be removed from you so that you can stand up and change the condition.
See, I like that about Rizza. That's why I low-key fuck with him. Because he said, look, I'm not even going to try to push no religion on you.
Yeah,
as long as you believe in a God.
He's trying to encompass everybody in what he's saying, making his message a little bit more palatable.
If you believe in God, you believe in, like, goodness. You're just on the force of good, bro. You can get down with it.
We're having a camera conversation off camera, right before we started a live, just about how man is low-key ruled by natural law. It's innate. It's something we're born with, a sense of right and wrong.
Oh, God. Like, back
in our belief, right? Let us know what y'all think on that. But
man,
I definitely believe that.
I can expound on that one.
Yeah, please. Real quick.
Because I would say back in the day, in the cavemen, or even back in ancient civilization, I would say before these ancient books were written, right? How did we know what was right and wrong? And I'll tell you, through consequences. Yes. Consequences existed before religion. Yes. I'm pretty sure if you went and killed some man's daughter, he'd put your head on the stick the next day. If you went and stole from the right farmer, he'd put your head on the stick the next day. And then most of the time, even if you got away with it, you didn't feel good about it. And you just naturally didn't feel good. And religion was just a way to kind of just explain all that, or just give it like, let's just keep that going. Because there are some people in the world who can just ignore that shit. But most people can't.
It's morality on paper.
Yeah.
Because this system, again, is benefiting from us not having our stuff together on a defense. That's my main thing that I'm looking at. And again, you should really take note of what happens in other societies. Our sisters get attacked, we not fighting back. What are we doing?
Yeah.
No, seriously, bro.
Yeah.
Your black woman getting attacked. And you recording in 4K.
Yo.
You're not using your 4 limbs.
Hold on.
Yo.
They low-key getting attacked.
Oh, he done turned this to his podcast, because this is his podcast now.
He said they over here getting attacked, and we over here sitting here like,
Ain't no way though.
Come on, G.
But let's keep it a buck. What would you do in that situation, G?
Because yeah, if you would get involved, the next cop is just gonna do you the same way.
Bro,
or they
fuck
gonna
that.
Get 3 for your black ass.
Bro, fuck that. He ain't even gonna do you the same. They gonna shoot you.
Nah, for real.
You gonna be dead. She gonna still get her ass beat.
She might be dead just for you getting involved. Like, fuck it, I'm not playing with y'all no more. Bow, bow.
Oh, God.
Just boom. Whole scene just fucked up, set.
And.
Oh, God.
So your 6, these elbows, these fists, these knees, and these feet. But you recording it. Look at y'all, can't believe this, man.
World star, like,
Well, man,
like,
bro, like, come on.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. Yeah.
And then you want other people to respect us?
Yeah.
I'm not respecting nobody who disrespects themselves. I can't respect you as a people.
Like that, where somebody getting their ass beat, somebody jumps in,
Bro.
And how many times that went well?
Low key.
I'm not even trying to be. Call me pussy if y'all want to in the comments, but how many times has that went well enough to where you could say, "Oh yeah, man, if you do that, man, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it." You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be good. Like, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Like this. Nah,
nigga, this is a terrible situation.
Gonna get bodied for real. We keep it a buck. Like, they already beating this person's ass. They on a power trip. Ain't nobody saying that cops ain't corrupt and they don't be on power trips. We can all agree on that. But what is your black ass jumping in gonna do? And he see your ass as a bigger threat than the person up he already beating their ass.
Like,
that's all he got for you. He ain't got no words for you.
And you a man. So think about that. If the woman is getting hands, what you think the man about to get?
Let you have some size on you too. He looking at you as a bigger threat. He beating her ass. He finna just blam your ass.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't know what to do. I ain't even gonna lie, cause I'd probably go. Like I said, I'd probably end up getting shot.
It'd be fun. You have to accept that. You have to accept that.
I don't think I could, bro. I don't think I could. I didn't probably end up getting shot.
And they shoot to neutralize. They don't shoot to injure. They shoot to neutralize. You might get you fuck around and die.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck around and die. But ooh, bro, can you really sit there and watch your girl get beat up by a cop right in front of you though?
Nah, I ain't gonna say I could.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like the ultimate.
I would literally have to be in that position.
Dog.
I don't even want to speak on that hypothetically because it's just like I know what would happen. But in that situation, I know I wouldn't just be able to sit there on some.
Bro,
on some.
If somebody wanted to
be able to sit there and just.
If somebody wanted to kill me legally, that'd be the ultimate chess move to do it.
You know.
Shit, I'll tell you that right now.
Let's put it like this: in any other situation, not a cop, of course I'm jumping in, nigga. He getting dog walked,
bro.
But it's just like, man, I would literally have to be in that situation. I don't even want to speak on that hypothetically because I know.
I know for certain. I probably.
It's just like
I'm getting.
I would have to, man. I would have to.
Like I said, just the warrior spirit. I just couldn't let that slide. I take every risk to do so. Yeah. And I say I'm gonna die with my hands around his neck at least.
But,
at least.
You know, not everybody got that. We was talking about this off camera too. Not everybody has that warrior mentality, that warrior mindset, that do or die. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die,
but I'm make sure something got done.
Yeah, I'm leaving here with something. My dignity.
Oh God, like you ain't just
my honor as a man. I ain't just about to watch you beat my bitch ass, and she's in the hospital, and she's sitting there
looking at me like, nigga, what the fuck was you?
Really, nigga. Really, nigga? Like, babe, I got it on footage, though. We about to get paid, blah, blah, blah. Really, nigga? My neck is broke.
Yeah, on God, though. It's like, I couldn't even do it.
Like, nigga, my ribs are broken.
It's like, look, if it was a reverse situation, oh, no, yeah, I'll be happy my girl sat her ass down. Yeah, no.
Can we rewind that a little bit?
Yeah.
Nah, that's a fact.
And then you want other people to respect us?
Yeah,
I'm not respecting nobody who disrespects themselves. I can't respect you as a people. Look at you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Again, and mind you, the enemy helped us to get to this condition. That's a fact. But now we are perpetuating it.
Right.
That's my only. Now we got to hand it. I can't just.
See, there you go. I love it. He said it. The enemy did start this shit, but we perpetuate it now. It's like we're letting this shit slide. We're letting this shit go.
Really. Perfectly said.
And now that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, oh yeah, now I can't respect our community.
Right.
Because like I said, it's the same playbook. And now we're just perpetuating
that's why motherfuckers scream systemic racism, the man. Man, the man's been hands off for a long time.
Oh God, this nigga said this shit automatic.
The man's he damn near, bro.
Bro, the man's been hands off since the 80s, G.
Bro,
since the 80s. Since he introduced crack, he put his hands off the wheel.
He partially retired at this point.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, he put that bitch on autopilot and left the building.
Man, he been chilling. He check up every now and once again, but bro ain't had his hands on the wheel since goddamn it.
Since the 80s, my nigga.
You.
So from the 90s and up, that was all us.
So we screaming systemic racism, the white man, but man, it's us, man. We gotta take a sense of accountability with this shit.
Just point at the white man no more. I can't just point at the system. We are smart enough to know.
True.
We know this, bro. Like, we know this. Right. You can't let somebody.
And there's power in accountability.
Oh God.
There is power in accountability, taking ownership of a situation and flipping it around on its head, doing what you need to do to improve the situation. There's so much power and ownership in that. It's only galvanizing as a group and as a people when we come and we do that. It's only gonna better us as a community.
Fact.
They walk up in here and just do whatever they want to do. It can't be like that. But if enough videos go out where that happens and we don't do nothing about it, you know what that does to the mind? It lets the enemy know, oh, they don't give a damn about themselves. They don't care about their women. They don't care about their children. Why is it that I went to Texas a couple weeks ago when I spoke at an event, and then the week before that I was in a documentary premiere? Bro, I got at least 12 Amber Alerts in one day in Dallas, Texas.
That's crazy.
What the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, like, really?
Yeah.
I don't have no children yet. How do you not feel this? I don't understand. I don't get this. How do you allow your children to be just kidnapped and abducted and nobody does nothing? Because they don't have enough examples of people being checked for kidnapping.
Yeah, that is weird. There's been a recent trend, or I don't know if it's a trend or if they're just highlighting it in the media, but I've seen a lot of child abductions.
Not to sound, this is gonna sound grimy as hell when I say this, but I think they just found Jeffrey Epstein's replacement. That's all. Like, and think about it, these niggas got insatiable appetites for these kids. They're sick people, so they need that. They need somebody to ramp it up. Yeah.
Kidnapping children, checked for abusing women. You see enough videos of that going up, it's gonna stop happening.
Yeah.
No, I mean, really, it's gonna stop happening.
When you say it's a difference, like hypothetically, if a Asian person, something happened in New York, if it go back all the way to, they willing to come over here and shut shit down.
That's fact.
It's a difference for, we tend to ignore or put the camera up, which is still stupid. I'm not, but we don't have that big force that's saying, hey, if you fuck with our people, something's gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? So we're on our own. We're on this island on our own.
Yeah, you're referring to a nation, state, a country to come in to back us up. And I hear you on that. I definitely hear you on that, because that is a part of, again, the situation dealing with slavery and the removal of our name, our language, our culture, our religion, our history, it cutting us off. It definitely deals with that. However, some of y'all from Brooklyn, right? And other parts of New York, who gonna get active if something goes down. The problem is we get active for the wrong reasons.
True.
For the wrong things. We get active because of something that's not as important, but we made it more important than the security of our people. Damn. I can be honest and
that's black people in a nutshell, man.
God damn. Out of the littlest shit, out of the smallest shit.
Sometimes, of course, it's funny. Of course, it's funny. It's some of the funniest moments, but at other times, it can be some of the most aggressive and riskiest moments as well.
Yeah, but it's just like, bro,
ending up in some for no goddamn reason.
Bro, I would say this: niggas more like worried about police violence that don't really happen that much. We think it do.
Not as much. Honestly, the numbers, If you really look at the statistics and the numbers, they really don't. Really don't fit the narrative that's painted, honestly.
They never do.
If I can really be honest. But go ahead.
And, damn, hold on. What was the train of thought there? My bad. But, I got you, G. I got you. So pretty much what I was trying to say was that the only way these niggas really gonna see any progress is us as a community is if we do focus on more important shit besides these petty things. Because I'm like, dog, how are we getting ourselves in these positions? Like, don't you think if we to focus more on family, education, and the community, that we wouldn't even put ourselves in these positions to get shot by cops? Like, you ever think we focus on the more important shit, that the little shit won't happen? It's like, cover the front end so nothing happens on the back end. But for some reason, we want to worry about all the little shit and then get mad when the big shit topples us over. It's like, stop worrying about the police and make sure your kid can fucking read and has a decent education.
Damn, son. What?
is not overweight and eating right. It's like, and then that will help your kid not get shot by the police. That will heighten their chance of success and survival. You feel me? And not become a statistic. Appreciate you, G.
Tell you this. If somebody were to bust in this room right now, I'm not going to say, why the hell ain't Ghana coming helping us?
Right.
Why Nigeria ain't helping to shut this damn stuff down? How many black folks live in Brooklyn?
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? How many? First of all, you have boroughs for you to be able to say that. Okay, these are like colonies, right, of chunks of black folk. All going through the same stuff, maybe worse over here, Yonkers, maybe have a little something different than, Staten Island, whatever.
We too busy fighting amongst ourselves.
Come on, man.
If you want to be... Yeah.
We got the manpower. We lack the organization and the love for one another because of situations we've all been in. Like you were talking about the trauma. This trauma that we have is so thick. It clouds.
Oh, man. He's getting into some topics right now. Some topics that are near and dear to my heart because I love speaking on these things because they're the black sheep in the black community, honestly. They're things that we really don't like to address.
Bro.
Just like our mental health. Like, we identify with our trauma and closely associate with it and hold on to it so much. It's crazy.
Man.
It's almost like how we got so offended a couple years ago when said slavery was a choice. Like, why are we so upset by that when...
It is true.
One, it has truth to it, and two, it's such a we're so far removed from slavery. It's like a Band-Aid that we just won't let heal. A scab we just keep picking at.
Yeah, like, honestly,
purposely.
Here's the thing, though.
An open wound we leave there on purpose.
Because this is really what I don't like about the community sometimes. Instead of actually sitting out there and researching and being like, no, why they say that?
Bruh.
They get all emotional and try to say, bro, anybody that think like you, bro, is wild. Or you, Uncle Tom, or you against the people.
Like, we could get over it, but we choose not to?
It's like...
Wait a minute.
Come on, now.
It's like, bro, it don't really make no sense.
Why are we holding on to our trauma like that?
Bro.
I don't know any other oppressed group that does that.
I feel like that's for low performance people, bro. If you gotta hold on to the trauma of police brutality, slavery. You gotta hold on to slavery. It's like, dog,
systemic racism.
Like, dude.
No one's saying these things don't exist. But obviously, we've seen these cases in many scenarios. A lot of us have faced these scenarios.
But you gotta get it regardless.
Come on now.
It gotta happen regardless.
Come on now.
Regardless of the racism and all this other good shit, you still gotta get it done. So
all groups face some type of oppression.
It's like you could sit here and really cry all day, man. Like,
all demographics are facing some type of oppression. If we really want to go down the list,
oh God, we can.
All demographics.
Shoot, guess what? Even the white man is now facing discrimination.
Yes.
Funny enough.
Yes.
So, what's really going on here? It's like I said, I always say we just need to let go of the complaining shit and just worry about excelling.
Bruh.
Cause we just sit there and complain all day about slavery and reparations. We ain't gonna go nowhere. We still got niggas who want to be unsuccessful and then think about $200K they might get. It's
Killer,
like,
man. Killer.
It's pathetic sometimes, bro. Like I said, we have no warrior mentality to go out there and get it ourselves.
You gotta buy into that. Gotta buy into that collectively.
Collectively, as a black community, we don't got that. We got some of us, but I'd say it's 80-20.
Yeah, but collectively, we need to be on that. Like, that's the only way we can progress as a group.
Clouds our ability to be in present time. Too many of us are stuck mentally in the argument we had with our wife, argument we had with our baby moms, argument we had with this situation we had with the police over here, situation we had over here. We lost our money, lost a job. Just we're stuck in the past mentally, so we can't focus present time and handle situations because we're so stuck. Yeah. We don't eat the proper food, so our nutrition is causing our mental to be way off. We on edge all the time. We around bricks. We don't get around nature no more. That's why the Midwest, y'all some of the toughest folk. Because y'all pissed off all the time. Like, you're around a lot of this.
Yeah.
They boxing you in, right? The bricks boxing you in. And in the projects, that's why it's called a project. Because they're experimenting to see how animalistic can they make you to where you eat each other. It's a controlled circumstance. And it happens in Compton. It happens in Watts. It happens in Long Beach. It happens in...
Okay, now I did hear that was part of a project where you keep them around each other long enough and they can't go nowhere else. You just keep on female lions around female lions, they will start tackling.
They gotta eat.
Yeah, no, not even about eating. It's just dominance, hierarchy, dominance, and just insanity thing. And then once the man lion comes around, everything just falls back in order.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's real crazy. But nah, that's what they did with us, though. You know, we put us in the projects. Everybody want to be a drug dealer, but there's only could be so many drug dealers. So we got 10 drug dealers, and there could only be like 4. So 6 of these niggas gotta go.
Gotta go.
Yeah, so it's either they catch the good old
Fatality.
or and there goes your 6. Then you got 4 left. 2 of them will go on and create businesses, and the other 2 will probably go in and kill each other. So,
Fatality.
so out of those 10 drug dealers,
last one who was an informant the whole time.
yeah, and the last one was the informant the whole time. That's the only reason why he's one of the 2 that's alive. So there you go.
Philly, it happens over here. It's the same thing. We have to break out of that.
What do you expect when you got damn near 1,000 people in one building?
Come on, man.
Ain't no room to breathe.
Right on top of each other.
It's nothing but eruption.
I think we gotta, like you said too, we have to get back to community. We got to get back to the nuclear family.
Come on, man.
Because, speaking on the trauma, there's been instances in New York, you know what I mean, where a black man has stepped in to protect a woman, and he lost his life, or he ended up in the hospital because she said, "Oh, mind your business." Like, so there is.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How many times have we seen that go well? Where somebody steps in,
Protecting black women,
intervenes in some type of way, and they're a hero, and the day is saved.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real.
Come on now. I'm not saying not to stick up for anybody, but I'm just saying if you're one of these cowardly men out here and you've seen the internet videos, you're gonna be discouraged to ever do anything like that naturally.
Do you know a race of women put themselves in the most dangerous shit?
Come on, son. Don't.
White women actually.
Oh shit.
But guess who's right next to them motherfuckers?
Shit.
Guess who's right next to them?
Who's that?
Ours, black women. Because we got to admit, bro, white women be doing some wild things. They got some wild ass shit they love doing. Ain't nobody more dangerous than them. But, bro, the way our black women operate, they put themselves in the most dangerous. Actually, no, they designed their life to be put in danger almost on an everyday basis. I have the thrill of it. Like, think about it. They'll literally hang around hood niggas all day. Or the one a drug dealer. So one day your shit get kicked in and you get Breonna Taylor, then what?
You just mad. Or you just dead.
Yeah.
Just gone.
You have kids with the nigga, now he going to jail. Now you a single mother with 2-3 kids.
Jeez.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. They literally set themselves up to be in these dangerous situations.
Jeez.
That's one thing that's unique to her. That's why I say they're the second most dangerous women. They put themselves in dangerous situations and they want to drag people into it with them. That's a pretty dangerous motherfucker right there. At least men, you gonna crash and burn with your danger.
God damn.
Is that fear of, man, I don't know this woman, but if I step in, there could be harm to myself. Like, this is not a woman, this is not my family, this is not my sister, my cousin. Like, you know what I mean? So we do got to get back to community and back to the nuclear families.
Let me respond to that, because that definitely does happen, but that happens in the minority. The majority of situations are brothers standing up, sisters standing up for each other, brothers standing up for sisters standing up for brothers, elders, grandparents, a lot of them standing up for each other. Okay, and situations are being handled and resolved. Those videos are not posted enough.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
The problem is we keep watching ourselves losing on the internet. Psychologically, I'm programmed to believe that if I do the right thing, I'm going to lose. I mean, I know that sister, but she probably thinking I'm trying to get at her. I'm trying to do this. No, I really just saw this dude smack you. I don't know what the situation is, but clearly he didn't have to do that to you. I just wanted to make sure you was okay. And she may be turning up because, again, where she is mentally. And vice versa. Same thing with us as brothers. Sometimes we want to help each other, but we don't know. Dude gonna try to come at me like, bro, the energy is from him. He smacked you. What you way? Yeah. And he been, no, you would.
Hey, I ain't go cat, bro. Any woman who's ever did that to a man, you are the reason why black women don't get protected like that. It's your fault. And y'all need to sit there and expose yourselves so y'all know. Like, look. A nigga pulled up on me. He tried to help me from an abusive situation. I just turned up. I was being emotional, but I turned up. I never apologized. It's like we need women to really sit out there and say that shit, so we can actually start clearing niggas' names out here. Yeah. We need women to actually start sitting out here and start saying, I ain't gonna lie, I cussed that nigga out and called him all types of bitch ass niggas before he swung on me.
Right.
So we can start clearing niggas' names out here.
And I smacked him and poured juice on his head.
Yeah, before he turned up on me and tried to hit me. It's
before
like
he defended himself, really.
Yeah, it's
I
like
was the aggressor at that point.
But before they say, oh yeah, you can't even reject them or to get violent. No, once you get violent, then we get violent. Like, cut the bullshit. I ain't saying there is situations where it does happen like that, but I'm gonna be real with you. Most of the time, you kind of deserve the reaction you got.
Oof.
With them, I know you with them. You know, so like it's a lot of issues that we deal with, and we have to be wise with it. Of course, be smart. Yeah. Don't just run out there and black Superman. Right. Superman was black anyway. I heard you. Right, but you know, so we have to be wise about it. But I know for a fact if we promote more of us winning, more of us standing up, doing what's right, and us surviving after. Yeah. And us actually coming together and some conflict resolution was handled and we resolved some issues, more of those videos going up will inspire more of us to get involved in it.
Right. You know why I don't see that happen so easily? Only because I remember growing up in a community where you knew your neighbor's name. Yeah. Or if you was doing some fucked up shit, Miss Jenkins, Miss Johnson is going to call you
down
out
here
and yank your ass up. Now it's to the point, I mean, I don't know if it's because, you know, we're having a lot of teenage parents.
You're making a great point. There is no community aspect. There's no, it takes a village aspect to the community. There is no sense of community.
Bro, because some of these single mothers is too fucking prideful.
It's been demolished. It's been torn down.
Bro, because look.
Just like the dissemination of the nuclear family, the same could be said for community.
Now, this is gonna be a very sick. I don't know if this is a good theory to say, but don't you feel like single mother kind of fucked up the community a little bit on that aspect though? Like you don't. Because it was the single mothers who are the insecure ones about their kids. It was the single mothers who sat there and say, "Don't tell me how to raise my kid," because if I had a man in the house, he wouldn't need to tell me this shit. It was the single mothers with the lowest performing kids. So, can we kind of put that ass? We gotta kind of shine that light on. Yeah, the only people who had them crazy ass kids that we had to say, "Yo, calm the fuck down," to them and have to. And those were the ones that said, "Oh, you can't tell me what to do with my kid." And now they got the married women talking like you can't do that, bro. They got the married women saying that to their own damn husband. That's how wild it is.
Oh man, set it off. Nah, I just think in general though, we definitely need to get back to the community aspect that was once there. I don't know how it was lost or what we need to do to regain it, but like he said, it was always that there was a neighborhood grandma or a neighborhood auntie who, you know, if she seen you out there doing some fucked up shit, she'd have wrangled you up just like your mama would.
Oh God!
And she had the authority to do so.
And your mama would have been cool with it. Nowadays, your mama over here trying to turn up on the lady that your son was being disrespectful to, or your daughter was being like.
Exactly. All morals have been lost.
It's like, how does your kid learn anything when you just protect them from being a good person? That's crazy.
The denigration of society.
Our society.
Where the narrative is switched where you got to mind your fucking business or that's my motherfucking kid. You hear a lot of that. But we don't know our neighbor's name. You know, I mean, I didn't live on the same blocks. You know, everybody got to stay in their section. And I do think that we need to get back to the point where the community are, you know, we're helping raising each other's child.
Yes. And I man, that's beautifully said, bro. Because again, we take out our trauma from certain situations out on everybody else. If I had an issue with this person here, y'all are not her. And I have to realize that. If I had a situation with this brother over here, y'all are not him. And I have to realize that, admit it, and stand up and say, hold on, man. I love my people, bro. My people didn't do this to me. Certain individuals did. We got to separate it. That way it will help us to go next door. Hey, I'm over here if y'all need this or that. I may not be able to do too much, but if you need this, I got you. All right, just want to let you know. Y'all got the children right there. I don't mind watching them outside if they playing for an hour. If you got to go, I get it. I'm here. That stuff has to come back into the picture. We have a lot of issues going on in our community. We have a lot of rape, molestation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Niggas ain't trusting that shit. Like,
I was just about to say, how do we get to that point? Because I feel like there's a general mistrust of each other.
I feel like we just gotta be
from
cool
the narrative
enough.
That's painted out there, from what's actually going on as well. Shit, I'd be distrustful if I was a parent.
Yeah, but that nigga, the fuck you want,
right,
bro? Even if it was like some random ass woman asking to watch my son, like, bitch, I know what you might do with my kid,
right.
bitch. I know what these bitches be doing out here.
Right.
Like, you could be a Jada Pickett for all I know. Like, what, bitch? Get the fuck on.
Nope.
So, is that I can understand the animosity. It's just that, but then you would hope in the same light that, damn, well, maybe if I come up, I'm truly trying to be of help, and they would accept it. But that's the problem. We don't accept help sometimes. That's crazy. We don't even want to listen to it. Sometimes we
reject it,
bro. The know-it-all personality is a very common personality in the black community.
Oh boy,
like that is what kills us the most. And shit, I'm telling you, it keeps you blind, ignorant, and unable to absorb facts. But that know-it-all personality in the black community is what is really destroying us, because people who don't know shit, people whose life reflects that they don't know shit, is the main people talking.
Oof.
Is the main people who throw rocks at you.
God damn.
So
set it off.
That is the main point right there.
God damn.
We have all that going on. We have a lot of things we can't trust. We got people taking money from people. We got people robbing people. We got all that stuff happening. But then again, we got a lot of it that's not.
Right. That's true.
You got a lot of people we can't. Just people you can trust. You can name at least one or two people in your life that you can trust, who a brother or a sister. You're like, I know I could trust this person. Okay, so if that exists, then clearly more must exist. True. We just have to promote that idea a lot more and stop making it seem as though it's so difficult. It takes work, but it's not as difficult as we make it out to seem. We just want this fast food version, like you were saying. We want it fast and quick. Bro, it took years for them to break us. It's going to take years for us to repair. Right. But if we put that foot forward, we start doing it, man. Trust me, you'll see it, because I'm watching some artists now who are coming out saying, look, I ain't even interested in blah, blah, blah right now. I'm not interested in pushing that nonsense that y'all pushing. I ain't trying to be like that. See, so we're breaking out of this stuff. Yeah. We're breaking out of it. We just have to promote that more, put that image up. Because
I've seen that growing as well.
Artists is not trying to do it on that rah-rah shit no more. But they don't get pushed like that because they ain't trying to promote that rah-rah shit. It's like, it kind of seems like being an overly emotional dumbass is just, an overly emotional drug addict is just the way to go in the community.
Going through that for like what, 10 years now?
Roughly 10 years.
Okay, can you break that down as far as, 'cause I know you had detractors out there that was, throwing dirt on your name, and I know, it feels good, obviously to have that case dismissed. So can you speak on that real quick?
Absolutely. Well, the government accused your brother of what is called Medi-Cal fraud, which again, I wasn't qualified for, wasn't involved in, wasn't doing at all. Real simple. I maintain my innocence for, as we have now seen, 10 years. So this was back in 2013. So I was working at a program where, we're dealing with everything from drug education to literacy programs and all of that. As we know, our people have literacy problems, drug addiction problems, you name it, homeless problems. We have all the issues you can name on the list. So that's something that heavily affects us, especially in Compton, especially in Watts, Long Beach, just like it affects people here in Brooklyn, Queens, all the boroughs.
Yeah, you can imagine if it's an issue, it's damn near magnified when it comes to the black community. So if everybody's facing it when it comes to us, man, that shit hitting us 10 times harder. I'm talking about, God damn.
Boroughs, you name it, we are dealing with the same issues from the Midwest, East Coast, and the West Coast. So that's what I was involved in as far as helping the people since I was roughly 9-10 years old. So when they tried to toss that accusation on your brother, it was like saying Rizza Islam is 5'11", which you have some weird people on the internet who say that. Until
definitely ain't no 5.
He borderline about to go to that A, like,
So I said, okay, this is very interesting, but again, a clean heart can't be hurt.
Right.
Real simple. If you're not guilty of something, I don't care who comes against you. The whole world could turn against you and say you're guilty of this. If you're not guilty of it, you're not guilty of it. So I stood on my innocence with that. And again, they have offered me, I think it was upwards of 6 or 7 plea deals, which you don't offer plea deals back to back to back unless you are unable to prove your accusation. And a lot of people have accepted plea deals because they didn't have.
Let's go. Shut up. said, standing 10 toes firmly down on what he believes, his morals, what he stands on. And just like he said, he mentioned a good point. They're not going to keep retooling the plea deals if the evidence isn't strong enough to convict from the original case. So they're obviously having a hard time with evidence, having a hard time closing the case as is. So they keep retooling, renegotiating the plea deals almost because of lack of evidence. The case isn't strong. And that alone kind of lends to the credibility that he's innocent. So shout out Rizza.
Money to represent them with the proper representation, the proper attorneys, proper lawyers, etc. Other people took it because they were scared into taking it. You're gonna do this time. If we're gonna get you on this. We can add another thing. We can add 2 more years on, add 5 years on. Some of y'all probably got family, friends.
Yeah,
You probably been
definitely.
through it yourself. You know how this goes. And so they do this because they have a quota to meet, because they make money based upon how many people they lock up and put insurance policies on them, and they make sure they have steady influx of clientele in the prison industrial complex.
That's something new I didn't know about, because I heard you speak about this before, but I didn't know that they put insurance on, the inmates and stuff. Like that was news to me.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was
They have to. The insurance goes on the building. The insurance goes on the entire system itself that they're utilizing, because if anything happens, you got to make sure you're covered. Right. You got to make sure you're covered, right? Whether if you are the warden of the prison, if you are the person who have to fund the building of it, if you are, some of the contractors, etc.
Damn, he just dropped a bomb on me because I didn't even know that. He said goddamn prisoners are insured, or essentially the building and everything encompassing the prison, the whole goddamn shit, all the bells and whistles, the lights, the mops, and the buttons on the doors, like all that shit is insured. That's goddamn news to me. I don't know if y'all knew that. Did y'all know that?
Everybody has to have insurance. So they put insurance on the inmates because inmates do die in jail. Right. I believe there were 2 or 3 that just passed away from dehydration in Texas a couple days ago because the governor banned water breaks for prisoners, which is insane.
Right.
Wait, what? He banned water breaks?
Right? So, but they have to have insurance because stuff like that
in Texas. Goddamn.
Happens, and they don't want to be held liable.
Where does that money go?
How much time y'all got? Okay, so you look at certain companies, for example. Everything dealing with a prison is heavily invested in business. Everybody's hands are in it. From the phone companies, a lot of T-Mobile workers are prisoners, to a lot of the construction companies. A lot of the things being constructed are in prisons. Dell company, computer companies, a lot of them have prisoners working there as, telemarketers or people working in customer service. A lot of these people you're talking to on the phone are in prison. These are prisoners. So these companies contract with them because it's cheap labor. You're talking about right now, you have brothers in jail making less than 10 cents an hour. Do you understand this?
God damn. I mean, damn. He said less than 10 cents an hour. I'm just like, oh, hell no, man. Ah, man, see, goddamn. Prison industrial complex, right there. Explained right there, very eloquently by my brother. Rizza Islam. It's crazy. It's crazy. Capitalism at its finest. Cheap labor at its finest.
Prison slave labor right now in 2023.
I believe that.
So these companies are looking at major tax breaks. They're looking at, hell, we need as much money to come back into our pockets. So pay these people slave wages because, these are criminals, right?
They make all the profit. These are criminals, low key. They don't deserve no money. They're in here for God knows who what awful crime they committed. But oh well. Let's capitalize off of their captivity. Turn the dollar, and who cares? They're just criminals. Society's outcast. Nobody important. It doesn't really matter what we do to them. Like, nobody's really tracking. And the best part, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of these guys. There's plenty of them. We can low key make a killing. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Right? They don't deserve to have any money. You know, we're giving them a service. We're giving them mercy by giving them anything at all. This is how these sick folks think. Because you're dehumanized. When I went
and we're low-key, we're making them productive. And we're giving them an option. You can either sit in the cell all day, or you can low-key answer phone calls for us. It gives you something to do. Turn them years away, turn that time away, or you just want to be sitting in that cell scratching marks on the wall all day. I'm telling you.
Went to jail. I was only in jail for 2 weeks. Dehumanizing conditions. I'm talking about to this day. You're talking about still stripping you naked, still having you bend over.
So I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas gonna have to sit here and answer these goddamn calls. AT&T paid me a killing, goddammit. I cannot afford to lose my bonus. Y'all motherfuckers ain't getting no water breaks. Wait a minute. I don't give a fuck if it's illegal or not. I'll pay the fine.
Right now. I want y'all to understand how serious is it. This is why people say slavery is over. Where? What are you talking about? No, it's not. You know, so all of these things, companies and businesses have investments in these prisons. Wall Street still has investments for their private corporate funders in prisons. Anybody who owns land, for example, the land that these prisons are on, the landowners, they are invested. They make money. All of these things trickle down. So when you're talking about attacking that type of system or exposing that type of system, you're exposing.
There's profit to be made from the top to the bottom when it comes to these prisons and everything encompassing them. From the top to the bottom, from the land it's built on, to the people who operate it, to its investors, to the goddamn company who built the goddamn prison. It is money to be made in this shit, man. Everybody's invested, all the big wigs, all the you know, they got their dollars in here. It's proven to be a solid found investment over time. Definitely got their ROI on this one.
A layer of things, people, businesses, corporations, and entities. It's not just one person you attacking. You talking about hitting people in their pockets, and they ain't liking that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a really, when you hear prison industrial complex, we hear that all the time. The prison is the system that people are locked down in. It's industrial because it is now on an automatic system where you can use those people as cattle, as slave labor to produce products for you. And it's a complex. So it's a complete and total system built and constructed to maintain a modern day slave system with cheap labor, again, to where businesses and entities make a large amount of money. And then the courts are involved in it. The police are involved in it.
Right.
The insurance companies are involved in it. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Damn. It's a funnel of fucking money when it comes to this shit. Who knew being a criminal and just the industry of stealing and being like I said, being a criminal, who knew how profitable that was for them? Who knew how many dollars they'd be able to turn off of that? Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now you
I'm saying, right? Y'all really like you give it. Like it's a serious thing.
It's so layered. He's breaking it down masterfully, but it's so layered. Now you wonder why there's so many stipulations and laws we're under. So many minor insignificant things you wouldn't think that are even important enough to make it into law. But they're there for a reason. If we break them, now we got a record. Now it's this. Now it's it's all a system, and it's funneled, and underlying and underneath all of that is a pile of fucking money that everybody's got their hands in on. Everybody, even the big wigs on Wall Street, everybody got they little grubby little fingers in on this stockpile of cash. Because the industry has obviously been very profitable.
Thing that you have to look at is layered, and that is what a conspiracy is. Conspiracy means when two or more individuals, groups, or people come together to do something that is evil and or wicked.
Right.
With a plan, that's a conspiracy. Conspiracy theory is a what if, a possibility, a so I'm not sure.
Right.
That's a theory. But a conspiracy is what the hell we've been victims of since we were born for the most of us in this country. So to make sure I make that clear.
That's we already started off on some crazy shit. But again, I did want to start off with that because that obviously that was really important for you, the case dismissal. Obviously the detractors was really trying to get on you and trying to lie on your name. So we're just glad that you got that situation rectified. Hopefully they ain't gonna try to come back, dig it back up. You never know. These governments is crazy.
Well, if they try, we'll go back in there like we did the first day of trial, which was June 26th. We walked in there. We were ready. We had probably about 50 pounds of paper prepared. Me and my black attorney, who is the
nigga came with the receipts. That boy was ready. He said, "Yeah, boy." Him and his lawyer, man. He said 50 pounds of paper, 50 pounds of documents. 50 pounds, boy. They said we not finna lose. Ain't no way.
founder of his whole black law firm, Jeremy McLamont of Acelia Law Firm. All of these attorneys from that firm shut everything down just to help your brother with this case. Because again, a clean heart can't get hurt. You can listen to lies all day long. People can talk and say whatever and accuse and speculate. They can do all that. But the truth will win in the end. Right. Sincerely. But you have to have that emotional stamina, that mental stamina, that spiritual stamina in order to move forward, regardless of what anybody has to say. So anybody still talking, or anybody who was talking, you got the egg on your face, and everybody sees it. The only people commenting are the 30,000 FBI accounts that are on social media who are used to to boost your content, or the fake accounts, or the few people who are exceedingly ignorant because of other people they listen to.
He said the 30,000 FBI accounts on there. My boy dropping bombs. He said, "We see y'all on there. We see y'all on there. We see y'all." It's like that Drewski meme. Gotcha. Got him. We got him. We see y'all on there. Y'all FBI agents in them Instagram comment sections asking how much to ship.
But nobody, and I mean not one person, who has spoken ill of your brother, whether if you agree with me or not, I don't really, care. It's okay. We can disagree. But anyone who has spoken ill of me, spoken evil and wicked about my mother or my family, which is off limits, and I think we kind of lost that, right? Has seen me in person. And I mean that. See, one thing we have to get out of is this virtual realm, thinking that now...
He stood on business when he said that. He said, "It's going to have to see me in person." And I mean that. Like...
Damn, son.
Yeah, I'm dead ass. Yeah, anybody who dares to will have to answer for that in person with me. And, I'm a good 6'3". So make sure you're ready. Look up to me when you say it. Look me in the eye when you say that shit.
You are off limits because you get to hide behind a damn computer screen. Black men have to get back to a point to where we respect ourselves deeply, to where we will not allow other people to disrespect us, our people, etc. So I encourage anyone who has anything to say to show up to any event in any city, in any state, or any country where I am. Pull up with the same energy. Ask your questions publicly. I'm not gonna put my hands on you, but if you try to run up, you won't get folded up. With love.
With love.
Okay. Yeah.
Respectfully. So why did it take so long though? Like 10 years is a long time. I'm not familiar with how the court cases go and stuff, but why did it take 10 years?
10 goddamn years this man was under watch, under trial, under court cases, government conspiracy. That's one hell of a goddamn journey, man. Shout out to Rizza Islam. Because in 10 years, they didn't find shit. They wasn't able to convict this man on shit. I'm sure he was under all types of scrutiny, under a microscope, watching this man's damn near every movement, most likely. So... They combed through tooth and nail to find whatever they could, and ultimately he's been vindicated. So again, shout out Rizza Islam, because that's no easy feat. Because Lord knows if they want you, they gonna get you.
Well, one, I was supposed to be off the case within the first 2 years, according to my first attorney, Gary Brown, which he was the attorney who was helping Sophia Stewart, the sister who wrote The Matrix and Terminator and all of that.
Okay.
He was helping her with that case that she had against the Wachowski brothers, the two Jewish brothers who stole the whole idea from her about The Matrix and all of that, right? So he was my first attorney. He said, yeah, they were saying you're going to be taken off because there's nothing really on you there. The program was under investigation along with over 10 other programs that they were shutting down all across the state because you had programs that were getting people off of drugs, encouraging people to read and write, encouraging people to do better in life, which exists. Good people exist. Right. I don't understand why there's certain people who think every black person who becomes famous is a sellout. Every black man or woman who gets, I don't know, some kind of fame or some views, whatever, sold their soul.
It's kind of the generic response when somebody on the up and come up actually gets some money. They start really just doing things how they want to do it. Really, I would see it no differently than that. And everybody in the comments, or everybody's online and threads calling them a sellout. Uncle Tom, oh, you ain't really for us. Blase, blase, blah. And ultimately, it's just so funny. It's so funny because people are judging based off of an Instagram picture, a post, not really knowing the situation in real life. And you don't know this man, this woman, whoever's post y'all under comment. So calling them a sellout so quickly because of a picture they posted or something they said on Twitter, X, now whatever, it is really funny. We'd be so hyped up behind these keyboards, not knowing the situation, but talking all type of shit. Like, we know everything.
So, no, that's not the case. And we have this sick belief that the white man is God. That this system is still God and there's nothing above it. Oh, no, we can't do nothing great without selling out. No, you have a sick, twisted way of thinking. You don't believe in yourself. You're very sick and you are still stuck in a slave mentality. Right. The reason why I'm saying that is because it took all those years because they looked at the fact that you have this brother, specifically, again, well, my case, this young brother who they didn't have anything on, but because everybody was in, whoever was in the program, they just were investigating the whole program. So if you were an employee, okay, you're going to be a part of the investigation. So that's how it happened. Yeah. But when they started looking, it was like, why is he even in here? He was the educator. The same thing I'm doing right now is the same thing I was doing back then. Teaching, educating. See, you can only act so good for so long. All right, you can only pretend for so long. But they were like, yeah, he's not involved in the administrative paperwork stuff. That's not what I was involved in at all. And that's, again, case dismissed. Right. They figured that out. But once they Googled me, this is where the crazy thing happened. It was roughly 2015. They Googled me. Okay. And I'm talking about we were on the lower floor. No cameras were involved. No media.
God damn. He said they Googled him. Bruh. Yeah. God damn. I gotta hear this story. Right here.
They Googled me. Prosecutor contacted my attorney. And he said, oh, we see, he's... it's kind of out there. Who is he really? Then that's when they brought us up to the high profile floor, 9th floor. You're talking about the same floor where Tory Lanez case is being handled. Same floor, same courthouse where Harvey Weinstein's case is being handled. Same floor, same courthouse where O.J. Simpson won his case, which was the actual courtroom next door to mine. My courtroom and the judge who prosecuted my case or handled my case is the same one who just tried and convicted the killer of Nipsey Hussle, to give you an idea of how high profile this floor is, because they found out who your brother was and they said, oh, he's actually doing a lot more in the community.
So they Google my man's low-key seeing his influence, the status he has amongst the community, and said, oh, no, sir. This ain't no level 4. This ain't no floor 1. And we can't just let you get over here with the common folks, just get you a simple trial in and out. Now, we're going to see into the 9th floor where we send everybody high profile, all the celebrities, all the high profile cases. Yeah, you going upstairs. Come on, hop on the elevator with me. We're going upstairs because you, my guy, yeah, you be saying some shit and we got to take it seriously.
So now we could bring in the media to spin this and paint it to make it look like something bigger. Right. So then that's when Channel 7 got brought in. That's when the LA Times got brought in. That's when all these bloggers and people, and I was like, who are these white folk coming in and sitting? I was like, who are these? I'm just looking around trying to figure out who are all these people. Yeah. And so they drug it out because they wanted to make it look like something bigger, and that's when they said, no, we're not taking them off the case. We're going to keep them on. And this was verified by the other attorneys who were on with the other people. There's over 20 people, on this case.
Right. Also, like, to mute your voice, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You know what I mean? That they're trying to do.
2015, just to give you an idea, by the time they Googled me, it was 2015, 2016. I had already been involved in the community for years. I had already received an award from the mayor and city council of Compton. I had already received awards from, city council members in Los Angeles and the YMCA and all these different organizations for my community work. So I was already known in the community. This is before I had an IG. Mm-hmm. So y'all know I didn't get on Instagram until 2016. So they knew who I was because I was educating politicians about the shots. Like I mentioned to you earlier, and I know we're going to get into that, but all of these things I was doing that again takes money out of the system. They don't. You telling me you're going to educate people and tell them to get off of legal and illegal drugs? What? Okay, so now,
got you.
Okay, it's a business issue now. What do you mean you telling people to get off of this psychotropic drug that we produce in our pharmaceutical companies that we make billions of dollars on? What are you talking about? No, because I'm a big proponent for health. And my people can't get better if they're on these drugs. Slowly but surely, we have to come off of these step by step until we get into a more natural way of living. Again,
depending on the more natural way of living. He said it perfectly. We depend on these drugs to make us feel better, and ultimately, they're just giving us problems in the long run. You don't think taking these drugs, taking these painkillers, these these supplements, and I mean, vitamins, whole different story. Some supplements, okay, whatever. But y'all get what I'm saying. These unnecessary medicines that we put into our bodies. You don't think they have a certain buildup? You don't think these affect certain organs after a certain period of time? Over a long period of time using them, over long periods of exposure to them, there's certainly repercussions for that. Certainly has to be, and I think we've seen that. So yeah, we gotta be more dependent on, first of all, detoxifying our bodies from the shit we feed ourselves and put in our bodies. Ultimately, becoming more dependent on natural law, eating the right foods. There's certain foods, there's certain vegetables for that are anti-inflammatory. There's certain foods and vegetables that enrich your hair, skin, and your nails, all that type of shit. So man, we having these issues. We looking to the pharmaceutical industry for our problems. The shit they're giving us is just giving us more goddamn problems. When are we gonna wake up and see the shit that we need is right in front of us, growing from the earth that we walk our feet on? Honestly, God damn it, giving myself a gun down the
I know it's a long answer to this, but the point is they target those who target their system. They don't like that. So it wasn't so cut and dry like, oh yeah, they had nothing. Right. You don't hold a person for 8 years or a case over their head for 8 to 10 years, and you tell me the case is dismissed because you didn't have enough evidence to find this person guilty.
Why was it dragging on for so long?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
That was my question. You're talking about going to court every 3 months for the last 8.5 years.
Right.
I've been to court over 32 times.
Hoping you fucked up.
Yeah, I should have enough to convict. I've been to court how many times over the last 8.5 years? This bitch been drawn out like a Netflix series at this point. I mean, goddamn. Like, what y'all want me to do? But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. It's definitely been fun hanging out with y'all, tuning in and reacting to this Rizza Islam for y'all on, our favorite topic, here on this channel. Yeah, we love getting into that shit for y'all, man. So definitely tune in, comment. Definitely let y'all like seeing most out of us. I think that we enjoy these type of videos and y'all enjoy them as well. So we continue to bring this type to y'all as well as all the other shit we know y'all like. But as for tonight, man, it's been real hanging out with y'all, man. It's been S.E.T and Key signing out, man. I'm Don DeMarco finishing up.